Having more while owning less. That's what gownsforrent.com offers. The gown rental shop provides more than 500 choices for ladies out there who feel guilty about buying gowns and wearing them only once. The shop has a wide array of gowns, be it floor length, cocktail, or even bridal. Gownsforrent.com also caters to clients via their website. Customers can just send their measurements for alterations, and after about 3 days or less, the gown will be delivered at their door.
Hi, my name is Roxy Roco, and I am the founder of GownForRent.com. Here in Gown for Rent, we offer a variety of gowns that women can rent for all occasions. 2012, where we customize gowns for women. And from there, a lot of our clients started asking and telling us that, you know, I'm only going to wear this gown once, and I don't want to be seen wearing the same gown twice. So is there any way that I could possibly borrow a gown? And from there, I guess we realized that it is possible that we could start having our gowns for rent. The greatest lesson I've learned is that it is important for you to work with an awesome team. By being with a great team, it will help you build and grow your company to where you want it to go.
Well, hello, Roxy, and thank you for being here.
Hi, Miss Lexi. Thank you for having Gown for Rent.
My goodness, Gown for Rent. When I was reading the brief, the first thing that came to mind was that I found it so unique. So maybe you can talk us through the process of how you decided to put up something that is so different from what's usually on offer.
I would have to go back to teenage years when I absolutely loved shopping. And of course, I was still a student. I wasn't earning my own money yet. So when I turned 18, instead of throwing a fancy debut, I asked my dad to buy me a sewing machine and some fabric. So from there, I started sewing my own dresses. I self-taught. And eventually, my friends would ask me to sew them gowns. And from there, I started sewing for friends and family. So in 2009, I studied in Paris, fashion marketing, to understand the business aspect. And when I came back, I opened up a boutique shop. And this time, my clients not only appreciated the style and the quality of the gowns, but as well as the experience. Everything was customized, even the service was personalized. From there, I began to notice there was a trend. There was a pattern among my clients where they would ask, oh, you know, I'm only going to wear the gown once. Is there anything I could borrow? And this wasn't just among the mature peers, but also for the younger generations. And from there, it was a light bulb moment where I said, okay, maybe I can try having one gown rented out. And that one gown became 2 gowns, and from there it grew. And thus, Gown for Rent was born. So it started with bridal gowns. So I had a bride who decided to rent one of our displays in the shop.
I'm amazed though. Like, what was her mindset in saying, you know what, I just want to rent it. I don't want to really have a keepsake of it. Because usually, of course, you just wear it once, right? Even if you get married again, I don't think that brides sort of use the same gown that they wore for the first and the second wedding, right? But what was in her? Did you ask her?
Yes, I will never forget her, actually. It was interesting because her sister had a gown made to order by a very famous designer from Cebu. And I realized, okay, this client of mine, they are well-to-do. But on her aspect, or her way of thinking was that, why should I spend this much compared to my sister who had something pagawa from, you know, really fancy designer, whereas I could use that budget to travel, I could use that budget for experience.
Right.
Especially after you get married, they want to invest on, let's say, a house or a car or other things. So she said, you know, I'm not like my sister. I'm more practical.
Right.
I would rather invest my money on our honeymoon or on experience, not necessarily ownership.
Well, that's a very millennial mindset, don't you think, though? But it's a very practical one. And I would probably be the same if I were, you know, if I were a millennial at this point and wanting to get married. I would probably say, you know what, I'm just going to rent. But speaking of rent, how much would a bridal gown, for instance, go for in terms of rental?
All right. Well, everything is on our website, so if you can check gownforrent.com, we have bridal gowns starting $500, and our most expensive bridal gown would be $6,000.
For
So
a bridal gown?
Yes, and this already includes the veil, it has the trail, all the beadworks and lace. So, of course, this undergoes through a very tedious dry clean process, and the brides are reassured that when they rent the gown, it's good as brand new.
Well, in terms of, never mind the cleanliness, because obviously I'm sure you take care of that, but it's really about the fit, isn't it? So no two brides come in the same sort of, I guess, body.
Right.
So what's the fitting process, and from start to finish, how does it happen?
Yes, we have clients based from Singapore, US, and other countries that I can name. There are two ways a bride can fit into a wedding gown. The first is to, if they're unavailable to visit the shop, we have an awesome customer service sales that could reply to the inquiries. Of course, they let us know their bust, their waist, their hips, and from there, we are able to measure the gown and let them know if the gown would fit or not. Another option would be if they have a friend or a sister that has the same body type, they could come visit the shop. And you know, for security purposes, they could see if the gown fits them, hence would fit the client. The second option, which we truly advise, is for them to visit our shop. We have 3 fitting rooms, so there's a lot of room for them to fit. If the gown that they like, and they're not available to come visit the shop, their friends or their family would bring the gown to them abroad. Or we also do ship worldwide as well.
And you allow that?
Yes, we do. We have a 3-day rental.
Okay.
To make it convenient for the client, they come pick up the gown the day before their event. And so it's easy for them. They can return it the day after.
And what about the stumbling blocks in terms of, have you had instances where the gown was completely ruined? I mean, what are your policies in terms of that?
Gownforrent.com is a premium gown rental. So I think the moment the client steps in our shop or the moment they visit our website, they already understand the concept that these aren't just ordinary gowns. These gowns were carefully crafted to make sure that they would fit you. And so that having that in mind, I think there's something valuable there that the client would want to take care of the gown. So far, we've been very lucky that those renting our gowns have returned it exactly the same condition.
So you've had 0 casualties in terms of gowns?
We're very lucky. We've had 0 casualties.
Wow.
A lot of our clients really appreciate, I think, more than the product is the service. And I feel like they want to take care of the product as well.
And currently, how many gowns are on offer on your website?
Yes, right now we have more than 500 gowns. By end of 2017, we're scheduled to have almost 1,000 gowns. And we have all the colors in the rainbow. We have all the cuts and designs. And definitely, no woman has the same taste as the other. So everything is customized as well. Coming from an haute couture business, it was very easy for me to transcend into the rental business because I clearly understand what women really need. Only this is going to be a rental aspect. Yes.
So what do you find, or who do you find are your clientele? I mean, apart from brides, obviously they're anywhere from maybe 20s to like 30s, or I mean, of course, others get married a little later. But what about for the gowns? Who do you find are your clientele?
Right, you'll be surprised because other than our new brides getting married, we also have those celebrating their 30th anniversary, and so they would like to wear another wedding gown. So I would describe our clientele as the go-getter, somebody who likes to optimize their time, who doesn't have the time to customize a gown, and who understands that value for money is important, as well as the fit. So my clients would be those as well who want to invest in experiences rather than ownership, and for those who like the access to all the collections, all the styles, rather than something that's, you know, that they would have to consume, something that they would have to make pagawa.
What about competition? Because I guess with all, I mean, I've interviewed so many, and competition is really, it's fierce in this country, right? But it seems so unique that, is there someone like you that does the same thing?
I'm sure there are locally. Of course, Gown for Rent is a fashion tech company. You know, we are part of an 85-man organization called Custom Thread. All our dev, all our ITs, they are all located in that mother company. But for Gown for Rent, we are consisted of 4 persons. One that handles our business development, one that handles our marketing, our customer acquisition, and our customer service. With regards to competition, I do understand competition is actually healthy, but Locally, we are highly focusing on the technology aspect. So how can we create a platform that would make it very convenient and accessible to those who don't have enough time to have a gown customized? How can we make it more convenient for those who are abroad that need a gown locally here in Metro Manila? So we are trying to continuously every day build our platform on the website to make sure that we offer more services and products. And it's very exciting to know that a woman can now it's now exciting to understand that a woman now never has to wear the same gown twice. She can now wear different gowns and she never has to buy it.
Oh, well, I know where to go now for my next formal event. Roxy Roco of Gown for Rent, thank you so much and all the best to you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Lexi.
Husbands and wives always face different kinds of challenges. Same with managing your own business. But you shouldn't let that hump stall you from reaching your success. Just go through all the pivots and trials and errors because it'll make your bond with your business much stronger. Tokens of remembrance are a huge part of keeping treasured moments, especially for couples who are tying the knot. And there's one shop that understands that need, the Royal Wedding Favors. This shop makes creative souvenirs from rustic and country-themed items to designer kitchenware and utensils that are suitable for every motif. It's also hassle-free because the service is online. So if you haven't found that one-stop shop that'll make your big day memorable, the Royal Weddings Favors could be the one that you're looking for. Now, one's wedding day will probably be one of the more memorable moments of their lifetime. Instead of equating it to needing the most expensive of everything, whether it be about the gown, flowers, or photographer, there is a way of still having the very best wedding without breaking the bank. And it's all about doing the proper research and having your priorities in check. And that's all for today's edition of Shop Talk. I'm Lexi Schultz. Join me again next week as I talk to entrepreneurs who are making a name for themselves and their brands. For our features, you can catch them all online. For the full episode of this program, you can watch it on iwantv.com.ph. Now, if you're outside the Philippines, log on to tfc.tv. Thank you for watching.
A forum